Hi guys, welcome to Analyst stage. My name is Ketan, and in this video we're going to talk about the top-notch profiles and the top-notch packages as far as MBA finance is concerned. I've been getting a lot of queries these days from students, and they really want to know that they're keen to know that which are the profiles there in the market which are considered to be a top-notch profiles as far as the finance domain is concerned. So in this video we're going to be looking at that. So here I'm going to talk about the profiles from the top-notch B schools, their average salary, their highest salary. I also will be making a couple of more videos in the same line wherein we will be discussing about, if not the top colleges, and if you're getting into top 30 or top 40, 50 B school, and if you want to do MBA in finance, then what sort of packages you can go for, what sort of profiles that you can look out for, and how can you grow the ladder up in your career. But before we do that, let's kind of today finish up today's topic, which is MBA finance top profiles and packages. Now let's move it. Number one, what sort of profiles are there which are called as or considered to be the elite profiles of finance domain, or which are basically given by the top-notch B schools in the country? Now, topping the chart, you have investment banking. Investment banking has three sort of profiles. So one is the front office, then you have the middle office, then you have the back office, or you can call it as back end also. Okay, so there are three sort of profiles are given by investment banking companies. Now, who sort of investment banks and all that, we will be looking at in a couple of minutes time from now. The another profile which is quite famous and it has been one of the best profile after investment banking, wherein a lot of students, they really want to get into this, is nothing but private equity and venture capital. Now PE and VC, these are the profiles, they have been in highly demand in last 1 decade. So if you look at, these are the cream profiles as far as finance is concerned, and trust me, they comes with whopping package. Now third level is going to be research analyst. Now it can be any sort of research analyst. It can be equity research analyst, or it can be somebody who is working on the valuation. Valuation is being favorite of a lot of students in the top-notch B school. So anybody who's working on the let's just say risk management era, or let's say anybody who's working on the statistical part of the finance, or anybody who's working on the derivative valuation, fixed income valuation, or equity valuation, all these kind of profiles, something to do with the equity research analyst, fundamental analysis for like stock market, or like top-notch investment banks, right? So all these sort of companies, all these sort of profiles are called as research analyst. Now definitely these are not the front end job categorically, but again there is a good combination of front end and back end. Now this is something I shall be discussing in different video altogether, wherein I will be talking about the profiles. But yeah, predominantly you will be seeing research analyst kind of a profile, which is considered as a back end, but trust me, they are not limited to the back end. They do lot of good work. So research analyst is something that people are really keen on getting into. Asset management, excuse me, this is nothing but something called as fund management. There are a lot of mutual fund companies out there in the market. I would say this is something called as portfolio management, PF, right? So portfolio management is there, and the guys who are getting placed from Holy Trinity, they will be working closely with the fund managers. Again, students from JB, IFMS, student from FMS, Mexilari, IFT, couple of IITs for that matter, these guys will be working closely with the fund managers. So again, when I make a video about the fund management or asset management, profile wise, you will get to know that how the hierarchy works. But yeah, asset management is something again in demand. Financial consulting. Now when you talk about financial consulting, we can think of big four. I hope we all know what a big four is. It comprises of four companies, which is Deloitte, KPMG, E&Y, and PwC. Again, not only these companies, there are consultants also, or there are consulting companies also, wherein we talk about McKinsey, Ben & Company, Macquarie, we talk about BCG, right? Even these companies do pick up people for the financial consulting domain. Again, this is kind of a front-end job, wherein you will be working for a lot of clients, right? So if you're working with McKinsey will be having a lot of clients in there. So you might be working on the IPO, you might be working on the M&A, you might be working on the accounting standard suggestion, you might be working on the audit and taxation sort of consulting job. So again, this is financial consulting. Then comes the wholesale banking. Now wholesale banking is something which is, so if you look at all these rules out here, right, all these rules out here, they are given in the top 10 B schools as far as finance is concerned. Fine. Now let's talk about wholesale banking. Wholesale banking is there in IM ABC also, is there in FMS also, is there in JB IMS also, is there in a couple of colleges like SPJs and IFT also. So wholesale banking is something wherein you are actually catering to big corporates. Big corporates, something to do with like Reliance or something like HUL or PNG, whose market size is humongous, right? That's known as wholesale banking. This is definitely a front end job. Then we talk about the corporate banking. Here also you are dealing with corporates. Here, if you talk about you're dealing with the top management of a company, even here you get to deal with the middle management or sometimes top management of a company. But it's just that the roles are different. And definitely you will not be actually liaising with the Reliance and HUL of the world. You will be actually going with the mid cap sort of a companies. So you'll be catering to small cap and mid cap companies. So these are the profiles that every finance student dream of getting into, and these are the best profiles in the finance field. Now let's understand the packages, or let's understand the top recruiters. Now we're going to talk about the recruiters as far as the IB is concerned, the investment bank era is concerned. Definitely it's a dream company for everybody, which is Goldman Sachs. Then you have JPMC, Bank of America, which is called as BOFA most of the time. Then Morgan Stanley, Deutsche Bank, Citigroup, Barclays, Credit Suisse, Macquarie Group, and there are a lot of companies out there, but these are the preferred one. I mean, people and the students, they would love to see themselves working with this company. It's a dream. All these are the dream companies, to be very honest, right? So these are the companies that you can start your career with, and these are no doubt, they are all Fortune 500 companies in the world, and I would say they are top 50 companies or top 10 companies in the world as far as finance is concerned. Now let's talk about the packages. Wow, this is something you should be really focusing on. So investment banking front end role, when we talk about the ABC, or when we talk about the predominantly when we talk about colleges like ABC and then FMS and XLRI, definitely you can see yourself getting a front end role with a package of 70 to 72 lakhs. Now this is CTC, cost to company. Again, this does not include your joining bonus. Joining bonus. Sometimes it might include your ESOPs, but yeah. So the multinational companies, the MNCs, they have a good comp and ben policy, so they will not actually be including your bonuses in this. So when I started my career with the IB front end role, my bonus was different and my CTC was different. So that's how the combination would work. Fine. Then comes private equity. So as far as the investment banking is concerned, the highest package you can think of getting into around about 70 to 72 lakhs. The average is around about 34 se leke 40 lakhs. This changes every year as the demand in the economy increases. Then you have private equity, 40 to 45 lakhs. I have a couple of students of mine from Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, even for that matter FMS. They have got into PE and VC sort of a thing. So the packages actually starts from 35 to 40, the top-notch PE and VC companies in the world. Now, if you go to FMS, the profile would remain the same. It's just that you might not be making the same amount of money. You'll be making like 5-6 lakhs, a little bit lesser than the ABC guys. And same is happening with XLRI also. So IB and PE sort of a profile, you will be able to get into ABC, FMS, XLRI, SPJ sort of a companies. When you talk about colleges, when you talk about colleges like Jamnalal Bajaj, or when you talk about colleges like MBA, Gurgaon, or a couple of other colleges which are like top 10 colleges like MDA and all that. So there you will not be getting kind of a PE or VC kind of a role. Even in JBIMS, investment banking front end roles are not given in the companies that I just talked about. There are other investment banks called as boutique investment banks. They are small in the size, but yes, you can get those kind of a front end role in JBIMS with the boutique investment banks. Then we talk about investment banking back end roles. They are available everywhere, which includes top 15 or top 10 B schools in the country. And the starting salary is around about 30 to 35 lakhs. Now, this is where even JBIMS will come into picture. Goldman Sachs or something like Morgan or JPMC would definitely pay around about 25 to 30 lakh K bracket mein. Even Barclays, we just talked about Barclays, right? If I'm not wrong, Barclays last year in JBIMS paid around about 38 lakhs. So that was round about the number, which again excludes the bonus. And these are the profile that you can think of. Finance consultant ka starting job can be around about 30 to 35 lakhs if you're getting into Big Four, or if you're getting into let's just say company which is like maybe like McKinsey or something like that. Then you talk about wholesale banking. Wholesale banking is something that you can, even if you start from FMS gives a lot of wholesale banking jobs. FMS package can be around about 25 to 30 lakhs. Credit rating and corporate banking, 25 to 30 lakhs, wherein you are getting a chance to work with companies like ICRA, CRISIL, so on and so forth, right? And then comes wealth management. Wealth management from these top-notch B schools should be giving you or fetching you around about 20 to 25 lakhs. So this is what your finance top-notch profiles or your packages would look like. And this is amazing. This is quite lucrative. Again, I haven't talked about international exposure. I haven't talked about designation. I haven't talked about your lifestyle and all that. This is something we can do a little bit later. But this video, I just wanted to give you guys little bit idea कि कैसा होता है. Now, what you need to do is basically, again, so keeping all these things in mind, we have actually launched this program called as Certified Financial Analyst program. Now, this program is damn cool. Why I would say that? So if you look at this program rather looking at all different programs in the market, this is a one smart program that covers everything. We have this program which is going to go, like, we are starting with this program. This program is going to be completely on live mode. All lectures are going to be live lecture. So if you are somebody who really wants to make his or her career in finance, this is something a must do program for you. Okay, so this is called as Certified Financial Analyst program. We start from a scratch level, as basic as company formation, types of companies, company fundamentals. We talk about accounting basics, advanced accounting, financial modeling. Now understand where these things will fit in. Financial modeling, accounting, research analyst, wealth management, not for wholesale banking definitely, but then private equity, venture capitalist, right? Financial consultant, all these things are going to help you there. Equity research, financial modeling, private equity, venture capital, investment banking, all these modules are going to be fitting into all the profiles that we just talked about. Then we talk about derivatives. Again, investment banking, research analyst roles, demand derivative knowledge, valuation, investment banking model is also there. We're going to talk about financial markets, financial services, banking, economics, financial statement analysis, and introduction to financial statements. So if you're talking about, we have these round about 15 modules. These 15 modules covers maximum chunk of finance, and all these 15 modules are actually, we have made these things keeping in mind all the roles that we just talked about. So if you look at all these roles out here, right, when we talk about all these investment banking research analyst role, whatever that we are actually teaching you in that program, that will actually help you to do very well in all sort of profiles, or it can at least give you a base to kind of get eligible for all sort of profiles that I just talked about. So guys, having said that, we have kind of in the process of launching this program. If you want to join us, you can join us. The numbers are given in the description. You can call us, or you can, there's a link that is given in the description, so you can have a look at that link also. So guys, that's it from my side. Hope you like this video, and I will be making a couple of more videos on the same front. So kindly subscribe to my channel and stay updated for all the domains like finance, marketing, operations, and HR. So guys, thank you so much.